Good evening, YouTubers, and welcome to the last review for the year 2014. It's been quite a ride, hasn't it now? Hasn't it, people? We've gotten through all sorts of things that happened, but yeah. It's been quite a year, ladies and gentlemen. But anyways, it's time for another toy review, and I am very happy to have this in the mail today. Gotten this today, and this is the first half for my purchase for the month of January of 2015. Here he is, 80. As you can see, this is Ultraman 80 from his titular series Ultraman 80. Before we get into the figure itself, let's take a look at the box he came in. This is from, once again, Bandai's Ultra Hero series. Sorry about that. He is number 12 in the series, as you can see here. There's his portrait there. And then we get to take a look at the back of the box as usual. And as you can see here, we have all two of the points here. First off is his 80 eye, which allows him to see invisible enemies. And then we have his Ultra Buckle, which allows him to shoot the Buckle Beam, defeating minus energy monsters. And then his special attack here is the Saxium Beam, which is similar to most other wide shot beams like the Ultra 7's wide shot, Ace's Metallium Beam, and so on and so forth. As you can see is his foot mark there, which is starting to look more modern, look more stylized than other foot marks in the Showa series, along with his titular TV series title. And unlike Leo and Taro, 80 is much shorter than both of them combined. Like, he's only 50 meters tall, so he could be quite on par with Godzilla. And then he's only 44,000 tons, and he hails from M78 Nebula, Land of Light, just like all the others, excluding Leo. Now that I'm done talking about the box, let's get onto the figure itself. 80. It's a very good figure. The detail is going to be very, very phenomenal with this figure, just like all the others. Although there are minor paint hiccups, some of them that I caused unintentionally because of fixing errors that Bandai did. As you can see here, if you own this figure, you may notice that this part of the hand here is not painted in. I don't know why, but I decided to paint that in because to make it so I could make it look more better. The same is more especially applied to the color timer here. As you can see, when I first got this figure, and when other reviewers got this figure, we've all noticed that his color timer is just blue and nothing more than that. No silver lining or anything like what you see right now. So I fixed that with some silver paint that I did on both of these here. But other than that, he looks great. Looks very great. And as you can see here, there's his buckle there. All the nice patterns of his red and silver across his body, including the stripes on his boots, the little suit wrinkles on his shoes or boots and whatnot, and then his one, basically probably like a one-piece helmet. It looks, or face or head or whatever, it looks starkly different than other Ultras. It's not as popping out from the front as it used to be with the others. Like, I'm going to get out Ultraman real quick here to compare with. As you can see here, you can see a lot of differences. Ultraman's silver skull mask thing here kind of pops out more than 80's does, because it's like, I think it was the suit design, like it was flush, like it's just a helmet. And the fin here kind of disappears toward the neck here, well, like the lower head here, but reappears across the neck and back here, although much shorter. And in terms of body shape, he's basically built like Ultraman Jack, basically. I'll get him out here real quick. They're basically the same body build, like this smooth, slanted pec design here, and all this. Basically, all these body features look similar in terms of shape, like there. And he does inherit Ultraman Ace's eyes a bit here. I'll get him out here real quick. Basically, their eyes look similar in terms of shape style, although 80's doesn't have an extra rim around the lower edge like Ace does here. But yeah, his eyes are more yellow too for some reason. A lot of people have noticed how much more yellow his eyes are. And then on the back here, we get to see that this figure was originally released in 2006 to coincide with the Ultraman Mebius series. So yeah, another example of a 2006 mold along with Vakshim. But yeah, I think I've gotten onto detail quite a bit already, aside from the padding on his shoulders here. But yeah, now that a detail has gone out of the way, let's move on to articulation. And I'm just going to go through it real quick. Uno, dos, tres. Basically, once again, 3 points of articulation. No surprise there. Anyhow, let's scale him up with some monsters. First off, let's scale him up with Godzilla, for example, because why not? He's like... There he is. Since Ultraman 80 is 50 meters tall and Godzilla is 50 meters tall, they are basically the same height. Basically, if Godzilla was standing more upward like this. With other Ultra figures, the scaling was kind of bad because of how they claimed they were like 40 meters or something. But 80 seems to work perfectly in this case. This is like the only case where the figure scaling works perfectly. I don't know why, but they actually did so. Anyways, sorry about that again. I forgot to mention, 80s has a very, very similar standing issue with Ultraman's here. So be in mind when you watch this review, he is prone to fall over. I highly apologize, that's beyond my control for now. Anyways, let's scale him up with some Ultra monsters. To start off with, let's scale him up with Alien Baltan. Since 80 fought Baltan in the series, like Baltan's 5 and 6, yeah, they look pretty good together. More accurate scaling here. He could be a little bigger, I don't know. But yeah. Sure! Next, we'll scale him up with Gomora. This is the original Ultraman version of Gomora. I don't have Gomora 2, the greenish one with extra spines down here and a bit more design. I really wish they would make that, though. It would have been a much more awesomer version of Gomora for 80 to fight. But yeah. And last but not least, let's scale him up with Delusion Ultra 7. Yeah, that's a bit of a stretch there, since this is just technically my Ultra 7 figure. But for the sake of this review, I'm going to call this guy Delusion Ultra 7, since this is basically like a doppelganger of Ultra 7 created by Minus Energy. And for the sake of the show, he and 80 are basically the same size, or like around this height, even though 7 would normally be 40 meters. I don't know, but they look good together. What? But other than that, now that we... Get up! Get up! Don't you fall off for me again, okay? You're a teacher, you're better than that. But other than that, the scaling is good, sizing or articulation is so-so, and the detail is very good, aside from some quality control issues. 80, and yes, I forgot to mention, rarity. He's kind of 80 is very kind of common to find in places like Amazon or eBay. A little bit more rare on eBay. I managed to get this guy for free shipping once again. I got another figure coming in the mail sometime soon. Probably sometime this early January. Or these guys around like around 10 days ago, so yeah. But anyhow, you can find this guy for around a decent price if you can, like around $18 to $20 or something, or less, hopefully less. And as I said before, good detail, so articulation, fair scaling. I'm gonna give this guy an easy 5 out of 5. Anyways, this has been the Crazy Bling, and thank you for watching my review, and I will see you in 2015. See ya.